guys, welcome back to the Coffee and Heroes show on our YouTube channel. So glad to be back this week with what's arrived new into the store. We obviously didn't have a chance to do it last week, with everything happening with the 12th and late deliveries, and it was all a case of just processing that as quickly as possible, getting the stock out on display. Whereas this week it joyfully arrived at about 10:30 in the morning on a Monday. Vicky's off this week as well, so we were both able to be here yesterday, get it all done. And throughout this week, actually, it'll either be myself or Vicky, and it's a 50-50 for the rest of the week, except for Saturday where we'll both be here. But again, it's a massive delivery we got this week. With regards to single issues last week, there were no indie titles delivered to us. Some sort of snafu between Diamond US and Diamond UK. So that got rectified this week. But of course, another snafu came in because I know there's some DC stuff that should have been out this week that isn't. Things like Nightwing, things like Justice League. But I'll chat about that more in my pull list video, which you can find elsewhere on the Coffee and Heroes network. But yeah, I'm just going to take you through some of the graphic novels that came in. We got multiples of a lot of these titles. Again, this is some stuff that should have been here last week and stuff that's come this week, but so much good stuff to take you through here. So we kick things off with the Fantastic Four Mighty Marvel Masterworks. So I've chatted about this range before. It was obviously with the Amazing Fantasy / Amazing Spider-Man first 10 issues. This is Marvel's way of reprinting older titles and making it affordable for people and, for new readers and for younger readers, that kind of thing as well. So they come in at $14.50, tremendous value. This is the first 10 issues of Fantastic Four. So if you want to get into it from the very beginning, that is the way to do it. As I say, fantastic value and just really nice little reprints. Next up, we've got History of the Marvel Universe. Now, this was by Mark Waid and Javier Rodriguez. So this was pretty much a definitive sort of look at everything that's happened in the Marvel Universe pretty much since its inception. Now, the reason I'm holding 3 books here is because they shipped with 3 different covers. So you'll just see here based on the different cover artists. So I believe you've got a Mark Bagley in there. You've got Javier Rodriguez, who was the series artist as well. And then you've got a Steve McNiven cover there as well. So take your choice. Same contents, but variant covers. And you know how much I love a variant cover. What do we got next? We got a little bit of Supermans for you now. So we got Superman, Man of Tomorrow. So this is essentially chapters 1 to 6 and 11 to 15 of the series Superman, Man of Tomorrow. This was written by Robert Venditti, and who recently did a great run on Hawkman. And the art is by Paul Pelletier, who was a recent artist on Aquaman. So if you're looking some good entry-level Superman stuff, that's a good place to start. We are, of course, gearing up for the release of the Suicide Squad movie. Most importantly, I see that this is Peacemaker on the front, which is Mr. John Cena. Did anybody watch Money in the Bank? I'll leave you to discover it if you haven't. Pretty cool pop at the end of it. But yeah, basically what they're doing is they're starting to collect older Suicide Squad stuff and package it all together. So with it being case files, it'll look at different characters each time. So in here I can see you've got stories from Detective Comics, Fury of Firestorm, Suicide Squad Amanda Waller, Superboy, Vigilante, etc., etc. So that's the idea, is to introduce you to some of the characters that are going to be in the upcoming movie, which, by the way, I've started to see some early reviews are coming out and they look very, very strong. So look forward to that. We got volume 5 in of Redneck, so we're now into issues 25 to 30 of Donny Cates and Lissandro Esterin. And D. Kniff does the colours on this as well. So this is the Southern Set Vampire series. It's kind of a lesser known Donny Cates series, I would say. Obviously so well known for Venom and crossover and so forth. But Redneck's fantastic. A big one this week is the next volume of Once and Future. If you ever listen to our podcasts or indeed watch this channel, and I've talked about it before, continues to be one of the most consistently best titles on the shelves. This is Kieran Gillen. Career best art from Dan Moore, who's again doing great work on Detective Comics, and this collects the 3rd arc, which is issues 13 to 18. Brilliant stuff in there, and we've made sure we've got volumes 1 and 2 in stock as well, just in case anybody's coming to it fresh. We have a new trade paperback printing for one of the best Batman stories of the last few years. This is Batman the Dark Prince Charming. This is by an artist / writer creator called Enrico Marini. This was actually the first time that they let a European write and draw Batman as sort of a one-off series. If you think about the big Batman writers over the years, it's either been Americans or British writers or Canadian writers, that kind of thing. But this is actually the first time that it was given to a European, and this is phenomenal. There is a hardcover available as well, which is, I think it's about £10 more expensive. But this is the trade paperback that is done for a slightly cheaper price. It's still the same larger size, as you can see, in comparison to a normal size comic. it was just that big art, and it needed a big format for that. We have the next hardcover book out of Oblivion Song. So this is collecting issues 13 to 24 of Robert Kirkman and Lorenzo De Felicis adventure sci-fi fantasy tale. So this is basically going to be 36 issues in total. This is the middle book. I believe the single issues are up to around 33, 34. So this is a series that's coming to an end soon. And this is some great stuff as well. I've been reading it more in trades than single issues, but these volumes are absolutely glorious. So lovely hardcovers. And again, we've got volume 1 in stock, just in case you want to jump in from the start. Next up, we have the oversized edition from Dark Horse Comics, True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys, National Anthem. So again, this fits in with the Dark Horse format for Umbrella Academy, for True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys, the first volume. And then this is the most recent one that just finished off. So co-written by Jared Way, of course known from My Chemical Romance, and a esteemed comic writer in his own right. And then you've got Sean Simon also working on this with him as well. So Leonardo Romero is the artist, and then you've got Jordi Belair on colors. So if you're a big fan of this is a lovely edition for it. We do have the trade paperbacks if you prefer it slightly cheaper and smaller, but these big editions are lovely, so they are. Speaking of big editions, probably the biggest book of the week in terms of size. This is more printed in the European style, I would say. So we've got Adventure Man, The End and Everything After. This is the first 4 issues of Adventure Man, which is a fantastic series. Matt Fraction, and you've got the Dodsons working on this, Terry and Rachel Dodson, and Clayton Cowles doing the lettering. So brilliant title, individual. This is it from the start, and again in this oversized format. I haven't seen it be released in trade paperback yet, but don't quote me on that. I haven't come across it. But we've just made sure to get those hardcovers in every time. Might need to stop, have a wee sip of coffee here. Not talking that much. But yeah, another nice little pile here. So first of all, we've got Journey into Mystery by Kieran Gillen. So speaking about Kieran Gillen there through Die. This is when he was doing some great stuff with Loki. We actually got 3 of these in last week, and all 3 of them were gone within like 2 days. So this is a little top up for it as well. Obviously the TV show is very popular at the moment. And this is one of the most esteemed runs as well. So as well as Kieran Gillen writing, you've got art in here by Doug Braithwaite, Pascal Ferry, Richard Elson, Wills Portacio as well. So some classic Loki storytelling there. And again, Kieran Gillen, can't go wrong. You can tell I was chatting to Jock recently because I've been getting in some of the series we were chatting about. Just in case you missed it, it's on the podcast network. I was absolutely delighted to sit down and have a good hour-and-a-half long chat with Jock, one of my favorite artists of all time, and I'm just doing some top-ups of some of his work as well. So one of the titles we discussed quite a lot was Witches, which was a 6-issue mini-series written by Scott Snyder and art by Jock. So if you're looking for some great dark horror, great place to jump into there. Speaking of dark horror, another one of my favorite titles, which is Nailbiter. I consistently tell everybody how great this is until I'm blue in the face. Nailbiter is brilliant. It is a serial killer based story. It's a thriller. It's a family drama. It's a small town mystery. Brilliant art, brilliantly written. This is one of Joshua Williamson's sort of breakout titles before he went on to do such great work with DC. And there was a recent Nailbiter Return series as well. So there's 8 volumes in total. This one is volume 3. What we're doing is we're trying to make sure we have all the volumes on the shelf. So a little top up there. Speaking of Loki, we also have Loki, Mistress of Mischief. So you may remember if you've watched Loki recently, of course, there were many different variants of the character. And this one is actually looking at a female Loki as well. So who's working on this? So J. Michael Straczynski and Olivier Coipel. Can't go wrong with that right there. That is a great team. Keenan Black tie-ins are continuing to come out in trade paperback as well. I look over at the racks, I can see we've got the main Keenan Black series there. We've had Symbiote Spider-Man in, for example. Now we're on to Namor. This was a 5-issue mini-series that ran alongside Keenan Black. So if you're looking for the full story of Keenan Black, jump into that. Another one that I chatted to Jock about, and again, phenomenal book. This is Green Arrow Year 1. That subtitle is not an accident. This is easily, this can sit alongside Batman Year 1. Thoroughly brilliant. If you ever watched the Arrow TV show, regardless of your thoughts on whether you liked it or not, I really enjoyed it. The early part of that is very heavily based on this. It's Oliver stranded on an island. It's him learning how to survive in that island before being picked up and then going back and sort of taking over the Queen Mantle again. So brilliant series. This was again one of the first big hits that Jock had. They came to this just after they'd done The Losers, which was through Vertigo Comics. And then this was prior to Witches and Batman, Black Mirror and stuff like that. But lovely trade paperback, really good price, £14. fantastic self-contained storytelling. The future state stuff continues to come at us thick and fast as well. Again, looking at the racks, we've got Nick's Batman, we've got Justice League, we've got Superman, we've got Dark Detective, we've got Suicide Squad. We can add Wonder Woman to that as well now. So you have the Immortal Wonder Woman series in here. You have the just the straight Wonder Woman series as well. You've also got the Superman Wonder Woman issues as well. So for the Wonder Woman fan in your life, that might be you. That is some great stuff. We also have restocks again of Blue and Green. I probably talk about this at least once a month, with good reasons. One of the best original graphic novels of last year from Ram V. Absolutely superb. I can't recommend this highly enough. It's also done with the artist Anand RK. Aditya Bidikar does lettering and colours, and thoroughly brilliant book. Jazz, horror, family drama, and again self-contained. So if you're looking for really good sort of adult storytelling that's self-contained, you don't need to know anything coming to it or anything to follow it, that's fantastic. Another series that's just been collected into trade paperback. This is one both Vicky and I read. This is a new Image series called Bliss. So Sean Lewis and Caitlin Yarsky on this. Quite whimsical, quite horror-based, quite fantasy-based. There's a lot of drama between a father and a son here as well, and the regrets of what you did when you were younger and things like that. Really good self-contained story. It was 8 issues in total, so it's a thicker trade, which is cool, but really like that. We're starting to get in now more and more of the Judge Dredd complete case files as well. So if you're a fan of Dredd, these are usually the best way to collect them. We've got a couple of them on the shelves just over here in the other publishers section, and now we're just getting a few more in based on what Diamond has in stock. So it's volume 27 and volume 28 there of everyone's favorite Enforcer. 2 more to finish off with. So first of all, we have a special edition hardcover of Dune, House of Atreides. So this is actually, as far as I'm aware, this is only available in comic shops. You can't get this in Waterstones or Amazon or anything like that. Of course, you're going to Google it on Amazon. It's going to be there. I'm going to look at full, but I can only go on the information I've been given. But it's a really lovely hardcover. It's gold embossed logo on there as well, and also the Boom logo on the back. So this is a comic store exclusive. First 6 issues of the acclaimed series as well. And I could only finish with one thing, and that is the culmination of one of the best indie series of the last decade, maybe longer. This is the kind of series that got me into indie comics, along with Deadly Class, along with Saga, along with Chew. And this was part of the same sort of Image revolution, and it's a series called Sex Criminals. So it's by Matt Fraction on writing duties and Chip Zdarsky on art. Now, the trade paperbacks have been available for quite a while. There's 6 trade paperbacks, but you want this series in as much hardcover glory as you can. I should couple the puns here. But this is the Big Hard Sex Criminals Volume 3, which, as the back says, it is for mature readers. Duh. It ended really well. I was really happy. It was slightly delayed in the last couple issues coming out. Obviously, Chip's doing such massive stuff with Marvel and DC at the moment. Matt Fraction working on the likes of Adventure Man and so forth. But Sex Criminals is fantastic. I can't recommend it enough. More and more people seem to be coming around to it now, which is good to see. But I've been a huge fan of this from the beginning. I always try and push it. You know, we have the Image firsts over there, which is the pound reprints of issue 1s. We've got the first volume over there on trade paperback. We've got the Big Hard Sex Criminals 1 and 2 in the back there as well in the omnibus section. So if you really fancy some great different storytelling like this is as far removed as superhero storytelling as it gets in comics, and it's every bit as good as the best superhero comics you'll ever read. So highly recommended. That is the Big Hard Sex Criminals Volume 3. So that is going to do it for us this week. As I say, massive stack of new stuff coming in. Of course, we've got the new releases on the racks as well. I'll be doing my pull list video, as I say. You can find that elsewhere on the YouTube network. I've just placed a massive order today for another £600 worth of manga coming in as well. So it's all systems go at the moment. It's a massive credit to you guys coming in, supporting us all the way. We're trying to make the place as cool as possible, new stock as much as possible. We may be on our way to IKEA to get more different racks to expand what we're doing again. Not my fault this time, though it usually is. So we're going to be increasing that manga section. We're always just looking for ways to improve the store and make it the best possible place for you guys to come and find what you're looking for, but also come and hang out as well and be part of the community here. So anyway, that's going to do it for now. If anything appeals to you, just as ever, get in touch, drop us a message through Facebook, call into the store, or get in touch whatever way's most convenient. So again, leave it there. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope it proves useful. Hope you've seen some cool stuff, and I look forward to seeing you guys in store. So take it easy.